my rainbow book snake.
Oh my goodness. Thank you.
There you go.
Is this why they call it a feather boa, I guess?
Oh.
I don't know if I ever put that together.
I don't know.
It must be.
It must be. It feels like it should be.
Just two stylish ladies.
Just. Hello.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to Pawlywood Pawdcast.
It's nighttime now. We're definitely
It is.
not filming this the same day.
Yes, it's a different day, clearly, because we have different outfits. And that's all I have to say.
Great. Yeah.
Great. We're here talking animal movies. And today is Snakes on a Plane.
Just because it's Pawlywood doesn't mean they have to have paws.
Yes.
Snakes are still animals.
Paws, claws, hooves.
No limbs.
No feet.
At all. We had never seen it.
No.
So I was very excited to check this one out. I'm the snakes.
I'm the plane/pilot. I'm kind of just an amalgamation of a lot of different pilot pieces from it.
Yeah, you can talk through them all.
I've got this. This is a little bit, because all the flight attendants had little neck scarves. And then this is what Kenan Thompson was wearing, was like an orange, like, collared shirt. And I tried to find the biggest necklace I could find. But it's kind of covered up by the scarf.
Why?
Because he was wearing a big necklace.
Oh, yeah.
Just like a giant, like, gold something. And then I got aviators. Because pilot, of course. That's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah. Pretty good.
What about you?
I'm snakes. I have snakes on my head. So I can't really bend my head or they will fall off. Sydney gave me this.
My bookworm sort of
Book
snakes.
snake.
Book snake.
Yeah.
From all the books I read last year.
It's pretty good. I read like one. So
I think I read 42 or 43.
Yeah.
But I would say probably 10 to 15 of those were audiobooks while I was like driving around or at work, and probably 4 to 5 were graphic novels that I read in a sitting. So
still quite a bit
Yeah.
better than me. But yeah, I have a shiny green dress.
Snake.
Yeah, that's
Very
about
nice.
it. I have snake earrings.
Do you have them?
I have. Do you remember when you were a kid and like they used to give you the wings when you would get on the plane?
Yes. I definitely got it once or twice.
Yeah. I have snake earrings.
But it kind of required like talking to the pilot.
Oh,
so,
really? I feel like
sometimes they would just hand them
to you in line.
Oh, I feel like a lot of times they would be
been
like,
talked to the
I
pilot.
know, that's why I
I
feel
would
like I
never
didn't
have
have
done
many. Yeah.
Oh,
And we also have some gummy snakes. I just wanted one, so that's why I thought of
they're
them.
really good.
The flavor.
Every one I pull is like a different combination of flavors somehow.
I was hoping it was going to tell me what the flavor
They're all
is.
just snake flavors.
Are they a favorite? Because otherwise we can get our money back. I think they were $1.99, so I think it's really not a big loss if they weren't.
Complaining.
But
I feel like I had something else to say, but I don't. Oh, that didn't happen to any of the snakes.
I'm surprised.
Me too.
That nobody like stretched a snake.
Yeah, that feels like in the realm of.
They did a lot of other things, but not.
Yeah, they did crazier things that seem harder to think of.
I would have like sewing shotted a snake.
Oh, yeah.
But that's kind of hard when it's trying to bite you, I guess. Yeah. Well, so yeah, we're talking about snakes on a plane. Should we start with our recap? So, did we want your sound?
Oh my gosh, yes, we do. Oh no.
I already know myself. I'm putting those over there.
Because they'll crackle.
Because otherwise I'll spend the whole time crinkling them right in front of the microphone.
Is that what you thought of it?
Mostly just because it was right here before. But.
I guess we could do sort of some background of like why this movie, like,
yeah,
I mean, this has always been on my list. I feel like everyone is aware of Snakes on a Plane.
Yes.
At least I think they are.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like a cultural phenomenon, you know. Everybody knows it. Everybody loves it. All the reviews are just, yeah, there are snakes on the plane.
Snakes on a
so
plane.
I liked it.
Though I don't know anyone who's like, I mean, like I assume like my dad's seen it.
Yeah,
but,
I've
like,
never talked to anyone that has watched it.
Anyone that's seen it.
Yeah.
You just know the snakes on a plane lines.
Yeah. That's true.
So, like, I really was expecting, we can talk about it in perspective later, but, like, what I was anticipating versus what it was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because it was both exactly what I thought and not.
No.
We always like to mix it up between, like, kind of the vibe between each pick.
Because it's hard to find animal movies that aren't children's movies,
Yes.
but we don't want to just do those all the time. So this was a good, you know, definitely not that.
No.
I mean, what are, like, the ones that I could probably count on one hand all the non-kids movies that we've done. It's been this, Black Sheep,
Love on a Leash.
Lamb. Love on a Leash, yeah.
Is Cats a kids movie?
Cats is not for anyone.
Pet Cemetery.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's kind of more than
Yeah, but I feel like this was one of the... We haven't had really many, like, action picks.
That's true.
I guess Jaws. Jaws... What?
Jaws the Revenge.
Jaws 4? Was it the fourth one we
4.
watched?
Yeah.
Or, like, kind of... What'd you consider
like
this?
Disaster,
like,
thriller
action.
Mm-hmm.
A couple moments felt like it was trying to be horror, but I wouldn't call it a horror movie.
Yeah. No.
It was more like action thriller.
It was like Train to Busan, but obviously...
I still haven't seen that. I gotta see that.
And a plane. It's pretty good. Yeah, imagine this, but with zombies instead of snakes, and it's a little bit better. A lot better. Anyway, yeah, I guess Recat. I mean, what is there really to say? They're on a plane and snakes get out.
Yeah. it started with, like, we got some context of how we got to snakes on a plane. And it was just, like, I don't even know what song it was, but it was a very, like, Jack Johnson, like, weird.
It was, like, a Jack Johnson cover of, like, a Bob Marley song or something.
Yeah, and it was, like, we're in Hawaii. And this was there were only 2 songs that played the whole movie besides the credits. And it was the first one and the last scene. And they were both really interesting choices for the movie. But yeah, you're like, we're in Hawaii. There's a guy who's riding his motorcycle, and he really rides that motorcycle for a while. And we get a lot of, like, slow-mo, like, jumping motorcycle shots. And then he just kind of ends up somewhere.
Yeah.
And watches someone get killed by this, like, mob guy. And then the mob guy finds his Red Bull can and, like, sees him motorcycle away and is like, I gotta kill this guy because he saw me kill another guy. And then that's pretty much...
But then he's like, I'm gonna kill this guy in a way that has way more witnesses.
Yeah.
But I guess is less
in a way
traceable.
That's just, like, that just seems like so much effort.
Yeah.
To be like, because he tries once. He tries to, like, shoot him.
Yeah.
And then Samuel L. Jackson shows up and, like, saves him. And then is like, kind of, let's take you to LA to tell people about this event that happened. And then, yeah, the guy, instead of being like, there's so many other things I could try, he's like, no, what if I got poisonous steaks from all around the world and I made them, like, really horny and I threw them on a plane?
Yeah, you kind of get the sense that they understandably didn't really care that much about how we got here.
No.
They really just want to get to the snakes on the plane, which I appreciate. I did not want to sit and wait for exposition. Yeah. Like, I wanted to see the snakes, and I got the snakes.
But there was, like, a good kind of build-up of, like, they check out the plane, like, people are slowly loading, and, like, you meet all these people who are really mad that they can't sit in first class because the FBI has taken over. And so they're all in coach, and how dare they? That's what I was wondering, because, like, you get kind of that British guy who's annoying.
Don't know who he was.
And then he's like, how dare I have to sit next to a woman with her dog and a woman with her baby? And it's like, weren't you all going to sit in first class together? And that was going to be the same problem? Or at least the dog lady.
Yeah.
And the baby really didn't do anything.
No, it didn't. That's true.
The dog was barking. But yeah, there's one with the little chihuahua. There's, like, British man who has a problem with everyone because Americans. And there's 2 children that are just kind of on their own. There's a rapper and his, like, 2 buddies / bodyguards, but really just kind of there. I don't really know what
his
their
friends or, like, his
relationship
entourage
is.
or...
He said at some point, like,
famous.
I've known you since you were a kid, but also he'd be like, fight this person for me.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
There's the one with her baby. There was a couple who was like, why is the plane empty? This is so scary. And then they'd be like, because it's the middle of the night.
Yeah.
And...
yeah, the guy that was scared of flying.
Yeah.
There's the guy who is the target of the snakes.
Yes. There's all the flight attendants.
And there's
Samuel
like...
Jackson. There's, like, the main flight attendant who's about to be done with her job to be a lawyer. There's hot flight attendant, old flight attendant, and maybe gay flight attendant.
Yeah.
And that's really all.
That's about it.
Yeah.
All you need.
And then Samuel L. Jackson and his, like, partner, who is just, he's just another guy. I don't think he really did much.
No.
I'd never seen that man before.
No.
I'd never seen any, I guess, besides Kenan Thompson, Samuel L. Jackson, and the girl.
Yeah.
And the one pilot, because he's in
Yeah.
a bunch of stuff, too.
Bobby Cannavale.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He was the...
But, like, most of the plane people, I was like,
yeah.
I've never seen these people.
Yeah. But it's a fun ensemble cast.
Mm-hmm.
You get to meet a lot of different personalities.
But yeah, so they're, like, on the plane, and they're flying, and there's... oh, yeah, we didn't mention the couple who clearly just wants to go to the bathroom and, like, smoke and do it. And so they're, like, making out, and then, because they had taken off the smoke detector so they could smoke, then now there's a hole in the ceiling, and the snakes can come in.
This is one of, like, the best first kills in a horror slasher format that I've seen in a long time.
I was really expecting the snake to immediately go for his dick.
Yeah, they saved that for later.
They saved it for 30 seconds later. It was like the next kill, wasn't it?
I think so.
But yeah, so the snake comes, a snake, like, gets him, the guy in the neck, and the girl right on the nipple. Just it's crazy. Really we had to rewind because you missed it.
I did. I looked down to write.
Like, you gotta. That was crazy.
Yeah, that was really good.
So then there's that, and then I think
everyone in the hallway of the plane is like, "Wow, that guy is really good at sex."
Because they're, like, screaming because they're dying. And then I don't remember. I feel like there was one more before the guy went to pee, and then it got him.
I don't know if there is.
Maybe there's not. But that one was really good, too, because he was, like, peeing, and the snake comes up in the toilet and just kind of gets peed on for a second.
There's a lot of, like, the pee hitting the snake, and the snake looks really mad. And then finally, it latches onto him.
And then, then we really get, like, the snakes start coming out of the ground.
Yeah, there's a lot of...
the ceiling.
I mean, it's a snake, so they're low to the ground, so it's, like, the most foot shots I've seen in any movie. It's kind of like an anti-being barefoot on the plane PSA.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah, the snakes are all coming up. And it's a really interesting mix of, like, when the snakes have to do anything, they're CG.
Yeah. Not very good CG.
No. But when they're just kind of, like, doing the snake thing casually, sometimes they're real, I think. Mm-hmm. But yeah, as soon as they have to have any sort of movement or intention to them, it's like the really bad.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's like a fun mix.
It is fun.
It's like two different types of...
I was really worried that the snakes weren't gonna have any... that it was really just gonna be like snakes on a plane. And I'm like, what are they gonna do on the plane? There's not much they can do besides, like, bite a couple people. But they really
did a lot.
They really, like, wanted to kill people, and that gave them some, like, motivation, I think.
They were very motivated, that's true.
Yeah.
Because I appreciated that they, like, went to the trouble to explain why the snakes are so aggressive. Because, like you were saying, like, if there were snakes on a plane, they would just sit there.
Yeah. And that they were all just random, like, all poisonous snakes.
Yeah. There's, like... It's a big thing that they're all, like, dozens of different species of snakes.
All around
largely
the world.
venomous or, like, boa constrictors.
Yes.
Because
I was also, like, if you throw just, like, a garden snake in the plane, like, okay.
I felt like there were one or two of those for fun.
Yeah.
Just to, like, amp up the intimidation.
I always kept thinking the ones that are, like, black and white striped, they have ones that look just like them. Or black and red. They have ones that are, like, slightly different somehow, and one is venomous and one is not.
I think they used the non-venomous ones to double for the
I would
venomous
assume.
Ones.
But I just was
Which is
thinking
smart.
about that.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of snakes on that plane.
Yeah.
And they put pheromones on the flowers that they're handing out to the passengers because it's Hawaiian Air or something like that. They're flying out of Hawaii.
Wait, oh my god, wait, they did this, and did you ever watch, I feel like I probably, I don't know if I've talked about this on here, the show WHODUNNIT?
No, I think you've talked about the show on
But there was one murder where a guy, it was like a fake out, where it looked like he got bit by a poisonous snake, and then they, like, had to trace down, like, a snake in the backpack, and then they found out there were, like, pheromones on him or something, but it was the non-venomous one, and it was somebody with a piece of plywood with nails on it with, like, poison dipped in it, and they went and whacked him in the leg so they could, like, be sneaky, and it was a good...
Framing the snake.
Yeah, they framed the snake, and I just remember that episode, because they were all, like, riding horses for some reason as this happened, but...
Yeah, they put pheromones on the flowers, and as they're doing it, they're like, this is going to make them go fucking crazy. And it does.
It does. They're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, what was going on? They, like, people were dying.
I wrote down some of the greatest hits. Dick bite, barf bag snake.
Oh, yeah.
Mouth snake. Snake microwave.
Oh, I liked
with the snake button on it.
Yes.
Snake taser. Samuel L. Jackson gets out his taser and starts tasing the snakes, which goes on for the most of the movie.
It is pretty, relatively chill. Of, like, they're kind of just crawling around and, like, not really popping out as much until...
It's more suspense.
Yeah. Like, one of the pilots gets bitten. I think this is the order. And then... Or maybe, and then the other pilot, when he's alone, is, like, whacking buttons to whack a snake away and knocks the, like, airbags down, and so then all the snakes also come down. Yeah. And then it really gets, like, off the rails. Where it's, like, a good chunk of time where they're just kind of fleeing from the snakes back and forth. And, yeah, then Samuel L. Jackson has his taser. And there's a lot of just kind of whipping snakes across the room. And
this is also a crazy plane, by the way.
Yeah. It's got 2 levels. But then also the, like, undercarriage of it is, like, a full... Like, it looks like a full room, another level down there.
Yeah. There's, like, a mini bar. Well, a pretty big bar. The spiral staircase. There's, like, glass walls.
There's a lot happening.
It's like if snakes were going to be on any plane, at least there's places to
At least
run.
there's spaces to hide, yeah. And, like, I feel like a normal plane, you're out of luck. There's no way you can, like, barricade yourself away from the snakes.
Ass bite snake, I wrote down. One woman has a snake, like, shoot into her eye socket and eat her eye.
Yeah.
So at this point it gets pretty crazy. So Samuel L. Jackson says, we have to put a barrier between us and the snakes. Which made us laugh. I don't know why. Just every time they say the snakes in, like, a serious tone.
Every time they talk about the snakes on the plane.
Yeah.
And, like,
really
addressing how crazy it is, but they're taking it so seriously. But yeah, they just kind of run, and then they, like, barricade, sort of. But, like, they leave a decent gap that all the snakes can get through. Old woman flight attendant is, like, the baby. The one baby on the plane. So she kind of breaks back through and saves the baby, but gets bitten. And then they rebuild it. I don't know. Then there's a lot of just, like, figuring out.
At this point, people are starting to get bitten, so they're getting scared of what to do. So...
And a lot of people are dead.
Yeah. They try to figure out if anyone's a doctor, but it turns out the one doctor that was on the flight, they find him, and there's a snake crawling out of his dead body.
Yeah.
So that's out.
Yeah.
So then they're like, we have to get weapons to fight the snakes. So they start trying to arm themselves, but the only silverware they have on the plane is plastic sporks.
Yes.
So they start just, like, taping broken bottles to sticks and, like, trying to hit the snakes, and Samuel L. Jackson keeps tasing them.
Yes.
Yeah, they save the baby.
I
was telling Sydney it's been, like, baby summer for movies. I mean, this obviously isn't a movie from the summer, but everything I've seen lately has had a plot of, like, sacrificing yourself to save a baby. Like, I don't want to give spoilers, but almost everything that has come out that I've seen this summer has had that as, like, a major plot point, is, like, we have to save this baby no matter what.
Like, thematically, I understand, but I don't know that it happened. Like, it's been every movie lately.
I don't know, like, what this means for society. I don't know why this is suddenly everywhere.
It was, like, I don't think it was last summer, but maybe the summer before. Like, so many movies had really old naked ladies in them.
Yeah, that too.
And it was, like, every movie, it was, like, that's the big reveal. There's a scary naked old lady. And you're like, that makes less sense thematically, I think. It's just kind of like, whoa, what's the scariest thing you've ever seen? An old woman, and she's naked, and she's mad. And I'm like...
She's moving a little bit fast.
She's moving kind of weird on the ground. Yeah. Like, we have not seen this. It was, like, so many.
You're right. That was... I mean, I think Ari Aster is largely to blame for a lot of that. But you're right. That was like, a big thing.
So many. You kind of loses your effect when every movie is like, wow, look at this scary naked old woman. It's like, okay, but I saw her last week in this other movie.
Yeah.
But good for the old women getting work, I guess.
So.
It was a good summer for them. So good summer for the babies. But
they're all weird CG babies right now. So at least this wasn't that. But probably very hard to film because you can't really film with a baby for that long. So... I guess that's why the mom didn't really show up until halfway through the movie.
She was only there occasionally.
Yeah. She was only there to talk about how coating your mouth with olive oil helps you suck out snake venom. Which
and I don't buy
think
it.
Is true.
Because also, like, I just don't think mouths work that way, too. She's like, give me some olive oil, and, like, drinks it. Like, swishes around and drinks it, and I'm like, I don't know that coated your mouth.
No.
Like, olive oil is very liquidy.
I mean, it's, like, viscous, but not in a
way that, like, sticks to every surface of your mouth.
It's not, like, an impenetrable barrier.
Yeah.
To toxins, like...
But, yeah, I did know that you should not... Like, sucking out venom is not really doing anything.
PSA. Anyway... So they're fighting the snakes. They learn about what's going on with the pheromones, and Samuel L. Jackson goes, oh, great, snakes on crack. And I'm like, that's basically, pretty much what's happening. It's snakes on crack on a plane.
Snakes on crack.
Which is really fun. There's just a lot of good moments of, like, people trying to understand what's going on, but they say it in the funniest way possible.
Yes.
Like, the British guy goes, why exactly are there snakes on this plane? And it's like, brother, your guess
I do like they're really like sometimes you have to take a beat to say exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
To point out just how ridiculous it is.
It's like they have to fill in snakes and plane into like as many sentences as they can.
I wonder how many times they said it.
Oh man. Oh, do you want to talk about the Krakow snake?
Yeah, like all of a sudden, like I think they finally decide they can go up to the first class upstairs because for a while it was like the FBI owned it. And like as they're trying to go up, like big snake, fat snake is in the lights or something, some glass.
It was like there was like a glass like
and it like shatters
skylight.
And Big Snake falls. But then Big Snake turns to you and he's like got a crocodile mouth. It's not like the same like
rows
fangs as the other one. It's like all of them. And I'm like, that's not real. But then he still does. Like, they're trying to run away, and the British man tosses the dog lady's dog at it.
Dog.
And then she's like, everyone else would have done the same thing. But then Big Snake comes and, like, does what big snakes actually do. And, like boa constricts him really fast with it. Also, these snakes are moving really fast, especially that one. I feel like a big snake doesn't do that. And then the big snake, which big snakes, again, they do, but not when they have crocodile teeth. Of, like, just gets his whole head around the other guy's head and starts to, like, swallow him. Which does work, but not if you have all your teeth blocking your mouth. So...
Yeah, I'm curious. It doesn't really feel like they did, like, the Pixar thing of making everyone go to marine biology class.
Yeah, it's
they
like...
just kind of said, I don't know. Just
they're like,
have
what's
fun.
scarier than a little snake?
Yeah.
A big snake. And they didn't really think about how that's...
What's scarier than 2 teeth? 100 teeth.
Yeah. It's like, there aren't any... That's just not how snakes just don't have teeth like that. But even the other ones.
Did we mind? No.
No, it was kind of entertaining.
Yeah.
Because it made it look extra fake in a delightful way. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so then that happened. I think they got upstairs. They somehow seemed to kind of block downstairs off. Right? Because I
guess
feel like
so.
no other
there were
snakes
too many
really came up.
floors on the plane to know what was happening where. But I don't know, there's like a lot of everyone's just making like innuendos. They're like, whenever there's not like snake disaster happening, it's like a man making like sexual comments.
Yes.
Which is very like 2006, I guess.
Yeah.
And then Samuel L. Jackson, I think, did a really good job of just playing sort of a straight man in this movie, in the sense of like he does a really good job of playing like, okay, sure, this might as well be happening. Like, he's taking it in stride.
He's taking it in stride, but he also
he's aware that
it's crazy, and his face is like...
Yeah, he's like, I guess I'll go put the snakes downstairs. Like, sure. So he really plays it well. He it's a hard tone to balance. Yeah, and he does that.
I think this is around the time where the one pilot dies. One pilot was dead, and then the other pilot almost died, and then he wasn't dead, but then he was dead. And so then...
I was so confused. I always thought the pilot was dead, and then sometimes he would come back.
Even when there was one pilot, he would, go to investigate the rest of the plane, and it's like, who's flying the plane? Because we established that somebody had to, because the snakes ate the system or whatever.
The autopilot system?
Yeah, they did something.
Sometimes it seemed like the snakes were flying the plane, because no one else was.
Yes.
So... And, sometimes it would be, the biggest problem was that the plane wasn't in control, and sometimes it was, we're not even on a plane, everything is fine. There's just snakes that are the problem.
Yeah.
So.
But I think eventually, that pilot is definitely dead. And so they're like, what are we going to do? Because the snakes really have taken over the cockpit. And that's when Samuel Jackson is like...
There's a flamethrower.
He's turning... He needed to turn the lights on and the air conditioning because it was really hot. And
yeah, everyone's overheating on the plane.
He didn't notice because he's from Tennessee, but it was really hot and he had to fix it. And then he makes it back upstairs, and the other pilot's dead. And then so he's like, enough is enough. I've had it. With these snakes on the plane. We're doing iconic. Something about it. Yeah. And he's like, everyone strap in. Which we didn't really process what that meant, I don't think. No. That we're like, okay, time to fight the snakes. Yeah. But no, that meant everyone physically strap yourself to the plane because I'm going to shoot through the windows so all the snakes get sucked out.
To vacuum them out. Basically.
But of course, they do that, and it does get the snakes that they wanted to get.
That was my favorite scene. That was crazy.
It was ridiculous. Because then, it sucks other things, and that breaks between the windows, and then there's this giant hole in the side of the plane.
There's people flying out of the plane. Kenan Thompson is now piloting the plane.
Yes, because they don't have any pilot, and the rapper is like, my friend, he's a pilot because he plays pilot simulator video games. And they're like, sure, what else at this point?
I know. And then the air traffic control people are the whatever people that are talking to him from the
They're like,
airport.
Put someone better on.
They're like mad at him, but it's like no one else has any more experience.
I was like, we already told you, everyone else is dead.
Yeah, he's not qualified, but neither are the rest of these people. So yeah, at least he's willing to.
At least he's trying.
Sure. Yeah, but he does weirdly a pretty good job. He kind of knows what to do.
They're like, you gotta circle around to take the plane in a different direction.
And he's like, absolutely not.
But there are snakes on the plane. I'm coming in this way. And LAX has had hours to clear the runway for the plane they know doesn't have a pilot and has snakes on it. But they're like, oh no, they really are landing without a pilot, but with snakes. Okay, we'll clear the runway really fast. So then he lands, and it's like, ooh, a little close, but it works.
He does fine.
And then everyone...
There's also, at this point, they've been in contact with Bobby Cannavale.
Oh, yes.
He calls in a snake expert, who he's like, only one man could have brought together this many different types of venomous snakes.
It's the illegal snake man who lives in the desert.
Yeah, there's like a guy smuggling illegal snakes, and they of course know this one guy, so they track him down in a helicopter and like bite him with his own snake or whatever.
Yeah.
Until he tells them he gives them like a catalog of all the snakes, and he's like, "Is this all the snakes that are on the plane?" And he's like, "Yes."
He's like, "Yes, there's a list just right there, right next to you."
And he's like, "Is this all of?" And he's like, "Yes." Yeah. So they have a list so that they know which antivenoms to use.
Because they've been kind of on the side, like, emailing pictures from the phone to the snake expert.
They are freely calling and emailing from this nosediving plane.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And, like, I don't know. He's, like, identifying snakes, and it's a lot of it, it's like, okay, we identified it, but, like, what's that gonna do? Like, it already has done its damage. Like, the people are already dead, or the anti-venom is, like, across the world. I don't really, like, I feel like he wasn't contributing a lot to, the plan.
They were sort of padding the runtime.
Yeah.
But it was fine. They needed, like, maybe, I don't know.
Well, they feel like they needed to save the child, because there was the two boys that were traveling alone, and one got bit by the snake, and then his brother drew a picture of that snake, and we were like, that's really
so
a weird thing to be doing right now. And then turns out he was doing it so they could identify it and help his brother, but we didn't.
An 8-year-old child.
He was smarter than us, I guess.
Action disaster movie was smarter than both of us.
So I guess maybe that is a good...
Yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, so they do that. Kenan Thompson, like, Gran Torinos his way to the runway of the airport, and everyone survives that landing. We thought that Samuel L. Jackson straight up shot one of the survivors.
Well, he did. Chest. He did straight up shoot him in the chest.
Yeah.
A snake bit the, like, witness guy as he's trying to get off the plane and, like, jump onto the emergency landing slide. One snake bites him in the chest, and Samuel L. Jackson whips out a gun and shoots him in the chest twice. And we're like, what?
I was like, is he such
After
a good
all
shot
that,
he only hit
and it was like, no, you absolutely shot that man. And then he had a bulletproof vest. So, like,
no, I thought it was that he shot him with the taser.
No, it was he had a bulletproof vest on.
Okay, that was what I thought, and then I thought
like,
it was
the snake
taser.
didn't even get him.
Okay.
The snake got the bulletproof vest. So also he didn't need to shoot the guy.
Yeah, also you're right that, like, when they opened the windows, it probably just sent thousands of snakes raining down.
I think they were over the ocean, but like that's the sequel I want to see of, like,
on the ground.
All of the snakes raining from the sky.
Like Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Yes.
But snakes.
Cloudy with a Chance of Snake.
Yeah. Anyway.
And then that's kind of it. And
they have, like, a really fun transition where you don't realize they're, like, in a new scene until they pull out from the close-up.
Yeah, well, because this whole time, they've gone over this conversation multiple times where Samuel L. Jackson told the witness guy, like, listen to me and you will live. And so later on, he, like, keeps bringing this up of, like, just do what I tell you. And then at the end, the witness guy goes, what were you always telling me? And Samuel Jackson...
What was the first thing you ever said?
What were you first thing? And Samuel Jackson was like, I don't know, I don't care. Like,
he goes, what the does that have to do with anything?
It's like, I don't know, you kept bringing it up. And then the witness guy is like, do what I tell you and you'll live. And then they cut out and they're surfing.
Yeah.
And Samuel L. Jackson has a date with the main flight attendant woman.
Yeah.
And then there's a music video over the credits.
Yeah, by Cobra Starship, which is basically just a snake plane.
Yeah.
So that was really fun. I liked the energy of that a lot.
I did too. The music video was really just two guys kind of singing. One girl is so hot she gets snakes through security. And then there's a guy who raps a bit.
And then Pete Wentz is there for half a second.
Yeah.
And some other people. Samuel L. Jackson
has to check out the super hot lady who sings whatever the chorus is that didn't really have anything to do with the rest of the song.
Snakes on a Plane, parentheses, Bring It On.
Yeah. I think she was singing Bring It On.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Anyway,
but what a movie.
Yeah. All of that to say, there were snakes on the plane.
Yes. Top dog. Any super memorable quotes, moments?
I mean, there's the iconic line. I don't even have to go there. We all know. I mean, I said a lot of the ones I liked, you know, Snakes on Crack.
I liked, at the very beginning when, I think you missed it, the rapper guy is signing autographs, and he goes from signing this woman's boob to a little kid comes up, and then he goes, stay black, to the little white boy. It's never really addressed. And, like, what a way to set up the movie. I liked when they said sporks.
Yeah. A lot of my favorite things were not quotes. They were just, like, moments, like nipple bite snake.
Yeah.
I really liked the moment when Samuel L. Jackson is like, Kenan Thompson, the plane is askew. Like, it's not level. And Kenan Thompson is like, I know the plane is not level. I'm not a pilot. Give me a break. And Samuel L. Jackson makes a face that's just like,
I enjoyed
he made I don't even remember what it was, but he made the funniest face.
They should be more. Kenan Thompson was really enjoyable.
Yeah, they had a really good dynamic.
They did. He also earlier on in the movie, like the rapper guy made some like kind of joke about like this like bigger woman walking by and being like, you gotta have like 20-pound babies with her, and he went ha ha ha, like really. Yeah.
It was good. Yeah, we were trying to decide if this was, like, around when he started on SNL.
I feel like it's probably around.
He's just been doing that forever. But, yeah, it must have been. Yeah, he's great in this.
I liked the supposedly gay flight attendant. Pretty much everything he was doing was kind of funny.
That's true.
I said when flinging the snakes and tasing them was really good. Snakes at the window. Anytime the snakes kind of just flew through the air as snakes was really good.
Yeah.
I thought for other animal performances, the little chihuahua was kind of alright. It was kind of annoying.
I would be annoyed if it was next to me on a plane. Yeah. I have to admit.
I thought the little cat that got eaten in the, like, below area was a better performer.
Who had a cat?
No idea, but it was down, and that's why the, like, dog didn't check that closely in the like, storage compartments, because it, like, noticed the cat, and the owner was like, it's a cat, chill. But yeah, and I was really hoping the snakes had agency, and they did, so I'm glad that they performed well, I feel like. Yeah. There
were even times where we wanted them to utilize the snakes more, and they didn't, but there were a lot of snakes utilized. But there was one scene where Samuel L. Jackson goes down into the, like, plane basement, and
it's like all these hanging wires.
Yeah, big thick wires. Some of them were striped. Like, I thought it was a snake.
They were snakes.
We were waiting for, like, a surprise, like, oh, I touched a snake. Reveal.
Either, like, he grabs one and it's a snake, or, like, pops it behind him kind of spooky, and it did not.
They didn't. But, I mean, it's not like, how can we watch this and say not enough snakes?
Yeah.
We were more than given the amount
and
of snakes
I also really liked the snake vision, where we cut to the snake POV, and it's just like kind of blurry night vision that's green.
That was like the craziest thing ever.
And all the time we cut to snake POV. Yeah. It was really good.
Yeah. It was like a night vision camera with like a crazy blur effect over it. Yeah. Like it did look like POV, you're like tripping on some
POV kind of you're a snake.
Crazy illegal substance that makes you see God.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was insane. I loved it. Never really seen that done before.
Yes.
Yeah, that was nice.
What was your top dog? I think it was just how literal the premise is. Yeah. I think that's my top dog, of just like, it was snakes on a plane. Yeah. Uh-huh. And they addressed that a lot, and that's what it was, and I think that's really, really nice.
Yeah. Like, it's hard to pick one thing, because it is just kind of across the board, like, what it was is what I liked. Yeah. I didn't feel that it...
I think the snakes were the top dog. Yeah, I think they did. Top snake. Okay, what about for perspective? What did you think before we watched it, and then what were your expectations? Matt, Were they not?
I think in my mind, I was imagining like a much smaller, more normal gray plane. So visually, it was more fun and colorful than I expected. Because it's on this kind of fun beige plane with like, it's the size of like a house, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they wouldn't have as much space to really explore.
Yes.
But it was a bigger set. It was more fun visually than I expected. Other than that, I kind of knew going in that it was like a dumb, sort of self-aware disaster movie. Yeah. And it delivered on that. So in that sense, I wouldn't say it was super different than I expected.
I think I also thought it was older than it actually was. And I thought that it was gonna be more... It was self-aware, but it also was very serious about it in a way that I wasn't expecting, where I was really expecting it, so, very kind of comedy almost. And it was, very...
It was a little more back and forth on that.
Yeah, it did have moments, but they still were treating it seriously enough in a way that was,
That kind of made it work, though.
Because
it was whenever Samuel L.
I think
Jackson,
that made it better.
Clearly knew how ridiculous it was. Yeah.
I think so, too. Music.
Not a lot.
Don't Stop the Music. It really was just that first and the last song, and then the music video, which we kind of talked about.
Yeah, I feel like there was some score, but really
there
not
was some score.
That exciting.
The only thing I really noticed about the score that I went, was, as they were fleeing upstairs, and I think it was maybe as this big snake was coming, there was one really weird moment where the score went boop, 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 up the stairs with them, and I was like, huh? And it was just for, literally 2 seconds, and it never happened again, but it was just really caught me off guard in a way that I was like, that's funnier than everything else.
I forgot about that.
But it was just most of it was just very, oh, this is scary, so scary music.
Yeah.
Oh, this is, heroic, so heroic music.
It was totally, serviceable, but nothing really to write home about, I would say.
Hoo-hoo. What were the questions I came up with? Okay, any, stereotypes or, people that you wish were on the plane or on the ground?
I mean...
either specific actors or just a type of person.
Today there would definitely be, influencers on the plane. Oh, yeah.
Trying to, TikTok, the whole live stream, the whole thing.
Yeah, they were sort of at the era of we need to start printing documents and emailing things, and then one girl was like, my phone can do all of that.
Yeah, I feel just generally we needed a teenager.
Yeah.
I feel that was the one demographic that wasn't really...
Yeah, we had baby... We could have... I feel a really old woman. Not naked, though.
Just, really old.
I wanted, a super elderly person that, survives against the odds, maybe.
Yes.
Or ends up being, really badass.
Yeah.
Surprisingly. That could have been fun. I mean, if there had been a snake expert on the plane and then he just got killed immediately, that would have been funny.
Or at least a snake hobbyist, somebody that knew a little bit more about planes. Because I think knowing about the snakes is helpful in some way, but when it's a guy on the ground who truly can do nothing, and we have to spend a lot of time talking about how we're sending him pictures and that is leading nowhere.
Yeah,
I feel that's less. Maybe, Samuel L. Jackson was just really into snakes as a kid.
Yeah.
Something that just,
Yeah, why did it have to be him?
Yeah. Or, the little boy is, I'm obsessed with snakes. How some little kids are, dinosaurs are so great. If
or,
it was, I don't know.
Sometimes in, a disaster movie, there's one character that's kind of working against all the other characters and, making the situation worse.
If there was somebody from the, mob guys team
who had been sent there to make sure everything
who was kind of
right.
the mole and would be I feel
that could have been interesting because it was, I mean, I don't mind that it was one note obviously, but it was very much just us versus the snakes, but it's more interesting when a movie like that is us versus the snakes and also
another guy,
additional complications.
So we've survived the snakes, but
and
oh no, there's a snake in the group.
There's a snake in the group. There's somebody else who's trying to let this plane land.
I think that would be good.
Yeah,
that is the kind of, I feel that is such a trope of a lot of those movies though, where it's the surprise. They were there the whole time.
Yeah,
being all whatever. I really wanted the guy who was I know. They kept talking about how they knew how to do whatever martial arts. I was karate chop a snake. I thought somebody was gonna do it.
What if, like, I say this as a vegetarian, so nobody come for me here. Overactive PETA spokesperson on the plane saying that they
don't
cannot
kill the snakes.
harm the snakes.
Yeah.
Could have been interesting.
And a person who eats snakes. Or a person wearing all snakeskin outfit.
Yeah.
And is like either the snake doesn't hurt them because it thinks they're a snake, or like yeah. Okay, if we were recasting anyone, would we recast her, or who else could play? I think Samuel L. Jackson even now is the only I couldn't really think of.
No, he's perfect.
There were a couple people where I was like, I can see this movie, but I think it would be a different effect. And I feel like Liam Neeson has been in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
George Clooney also could be in this movie.
Yeah.
But it would be a different vibe of a person.
Right.
But the one I instead of Kenan Thompson, Nathan Fielder.
Yeah.
And he's like goes to fly the
Listening
plane
to
at the end because he's like ham. That was really my only.
That would be good.
My only insert that I thought of that could be.
If I have any. I feel like a crossover with Anaconda where Jennifer Lopez is on the plane could be nice. Like, she knows what to do because of that movie. And they're, like, canonically same universe.
I kind of felt like I wish either the, like, romance subplot was either more or less. Like, I don't think it needed to be there.
It was
but
just
to be there, it could have been more. Like, kind of like how Speed...
Yeah.
Like, she has more to do. Like, if she flew the plane, or she knew the snakes, or, like, she's training to be a nurse and can do doctor things, or, like, something that she's giving anything to the situation.
Yeah, like, she definitely wasn't just there as a romantic interest. Yeah. Like, that was barely happening either, but the movie could have functioned the same with or without her, probably. Yeah. So that's a good point. Instead of the fictional rapper, if it was, once again, Eminem...
if it was a real rapper.
Yeah, that would be really fun.
Or, like, who was it that was in Cats?
Or somebody just playing themselves. Who was in Cats? Oh, Jason Derulo.
Jason Derulo.
Oh, dude.
Someone like that, where it's like, or like DJ Khaled.
DJ Khaled on the plane.
That's okay, that's what,
You're right.
Like, I feel like something more specifically, like, cameo, like, bit part would be funny. Even if they immediately... Bit part. Even if they immediately get bit and they're out. Yeah. I think that would have been...
That's the best way to do it. Yeah. Ed Sheeran on the plane.
Ed Sheeran would do this because he has so many random cameos.
He does,
and things.
Exactly, yeah. Honestly, if they did like a Drew Barrymore and Scream style, put them on the poster and then kill them off in the first 5 minutes, but there were like 8 super famous actors that they marketed it with, and then they all were just there for one scene and then died. That
would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do feel like that's something that definitely could have been as some, like, specific cameo.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I guess, like...
Oh my god, what was the guy? Steve Irwin.
Oh, yeah.
Steve Irwin on the plane. But he plays a guy that, like, knows nothing about snakes.
Mm-hmm. And hates snakes. He's terrified of them.
Yeah.
Where would the train be?
I mean, I don't think we really have to explain this one.
There is a snakes on a train.
There is a snakes on the train.
What... Since we clearly, it's just what if it was on a train. Yep. I feel like there's no other...
this is the first time that the question has just been answered straight up
by the filmmakers. Where else would you put snakes for another sequel? Or what other animal would you trap on a plane?
Snakes on the brain. Snakes on a boat is funny because they can probably do better in the water than you can.
Like a cruise.
Snakes on a cruise ship.
Snakes on a cruise.
Yeah.
Snakes on a submarine is what I was thinking. It's kind of the same. It's a little just more trapped than a cruise, but I think cruise is funnier.
That is really funny, I think. Similar energy.
Snakes on the Titanic.
That's why it went down.
Yeah.
And then if you
were to trap another animal on a plane and have them appear and do their thing. I don't know that there's really another. I feel like kind of fantasy spiders of just like bigger than they actually would be is the closest like same effect. Hippopotamus on a plane.
Probably only
it's
need,
just
like,
the plane. The plane won't get off the ground, or it starts crashing.
Because it's like, how did they get on there?
Dinosaurs.
Thought about that.
Velociraptors on a plane.
What's like a...
The plane's not really big enough to hold a lot of things.
I know, and a lot of things are only, have to swim.
Yeah, I don't
Birds
know.
on a plane. Like
Birds.
Alfred Hitchcock's birds.
Yeah.
Like that type of bird. Because what are you going to do?
Yeah.
You're confined. They can fly. You're already in the air.
Yeah.
It's like
it's hard to, I don't know if there really is a good, I think it would change
Birds
it.
on a
Birds on a plane. Yeah.
I don't know why that one's like the funniest.
There are always birds in the
visual to me.
airport.
Yeah, that's true.
And birds, I'm sure, sit on a plane. Isn't that how the Sully plane went down as a bird in the plane?
When they hit the windshield.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Or a bird through the engine.
Yeah.
But if you contain the bird.
Yeah, the birds are in the plane.
Yeah.
That's also bad news.
How many paws are we rating this?
It might be a 3 out of 4 paws for me.
Yeah.
Because it just is exactly what you want it to be.
It's exactly what you want it to be. And, like, is it technically...
A Marvel?
A Marvel? A 3 out of 4? But, like, fun. It's what you want from it. Mm-hmm. There's very little that I was, like... if I started watching it, I don't think I'd turn it off.
Yeah, very little that I feel like could be improved without it making
without it being a different movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it is the fullest of its own potential.
The only other thing I wrote down before Urinate is, should we play the game the kids were playing, where they count to 10 and then make a funny face, and whoever laughs loses?
I guess so. I always get, like, when
that was such a weird thing for her to suggest.
I mean, she's just trying to distract
like, I understand it, but, like, also to be like, okay, count to 10, make a funny face. I know the plane is going down right now, and you're alone, and I'm gonna leave right after you shut your eyes. It's just...
Yeah. Did you ever get, like, stressed out when they would be, like, in class photos, they'd be like, do a silly one?
Yeah.
That would stress me out.
What are you supposed to do? I don't know what the silly one is.
I just always look angry.
I would always just, like, maybe bunny ears on someone else.
Yeah. Oh, I had a big phase of that in, like, 2nd grade. Like, all the photos of me with people in 2nd grade are me doing bunny ears, and I don't know why that, like, struck me.
Yeah. See, like, I, like, went through a good... probably almost 10 years where I refused to smile with teeth. So, like...
I feel like I had a little bit of that, too.
And I don't really remember why. But I feel like, the funny face is even worse.
Yeah. I just didn't want to. I don't know.
I don't really know what... But it is just a funny idea for a game of...
It is.
And 10,
I guess, like, I don't know what I would
10 full
say
seconds, close your eyes... It's also really... And then best of 5 is also
It was best of 5.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like, that's a lot. And she's like, I'll be back to see who wins.
Yeah. Those kids really didn't do... I feel like they set them up to be more prominent in the movie. They just were fine.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I feel like. Like, there's the 2 kids in, like, Jurassic Park. Mm-hmm. And they are, like, there's way fewer characters. But, like, one of them is really into dinosaurs. And, like, has... facts to contribute. And they're
sort of, they're smart. They, like, help figure things out. Yeah. And they, like, people have to go other places to go help them. Whereas here it's like they're all just on the
They're all just kind of stuck on the plane.
Like, when the baby had to get saved, it was interesting because someone had to, like, go get bit to save the baby. But the kids, it was like, we're going to suck the venom out and then
they'll just kind of hang out.
Yeah. Like, that didn't really come back for, like, any other
I think because there were so many people.
There were a lot of people for them to keep track of. They probably could have.
And they did kill off, like, a couple that we were kind of introduced to, but I'd say maybe 20%. And that was it.
Yeah, they had a pretty high success rate on fighting off the snakes.
At least for people, I mean, probably anyone that we didn't meet didn't make it, but...
Yeah, I mean, that's...
Of the people we met.
Imagine just seeing this on the news. Like, in this year, at this point, I'd be like, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, yeah, do you have some yay or nays for us?
I do have some yay or nays for us.
I'm ready to get some trivia.
All right. Yay or nay? This was inspired by a true story.
I I think that, there was a singular snake on a plane once. And somebody went, wouldn't it be crazy if there was more?
That's kind of true. I'm gonna have to pull up for a lot of these the actual thing from like Wikipedia or IMDb. But basically the guy who this story is credited to developed the concept after reading a Nature magazine article about Indonesian brown tree snakes climbing onto planes in cargo during World War II. So he originally wrote a screenplay about that and then revised it with inspiration from aliens to include lots of them loose in the fuselage of a plane. This is courtesy of Wikipedia.
Fun.
Okay. Yay or nay? This film massively overperformed at the box office.
I think it's the opposite. I think it kind of bombed.
That's true. They it had so much online hype that they were like, this film is actually going to do weirdly super well.
Yeah.
And then it did probably better than they would have initially expected if there hadn't been all that hype. I mean, it didn't do, like, horribly. I don't think it really made its money back, but it was more that
It's more than they were kind of initially expecting.
Yeah, it was projecting really high, and it didn't meet that. There was just a lot of online hype that I guess didn't really turn into ticket sales, but...
Well, I mean, it's hard of, like, having that literal of a title.
Yeah. It's not like, I want to go see what is going to happen.
Yeah, I'm like, I know what's going to happen. There's going to be snakes on a plane. And... Oh, one of my friends went and they said, yep, there's snakes on a plane.
Yeah.
I don't know that I need to see it.
Yeah. Okay. Yay or nay? Samuel L. Jackson loves the film and is quoted as saying, "No movie shall triumph over snakes on a plane."
I hope so. True.
That's true. He said,
That's great.
He joking that the film would win the MTV Movie Award for Best Film in 2007, he said, "No movie shall triumph over snakes on a plane, unless I happen to feel like making a movie called More Motherfucking Snakes on More Motherfucking Planes." So he does love the movie, I think. Yay or nay? The studio fought the MPAA to try to bring the rating down to PG-13.
I feel like maybe yes.
That is nay. It was originally shot to be a PG-13 movie, but because there was like so much online hype from people kind of expecting it to be more of like a creature feature, like crazy, gory, R-rated movie, they did. And because they had more hype, they could get more money. So they did like 5 days of reshoots, and that's where they added the motherfucking snakes on the motherfucking plane, which I guess came from like a parody trailer that somebody made, but they loved it and put it in.
That's good.
But yeah, they added probably maybe the snake nipple bite. I don't know if that was in there.
Yeah, that's a whole...
They just added a lot more swearing that you can't have in PG-13.
Wow.
Just to make it more like in line with what people expected from the movie. Okay. So some people disagreed with that and thought that was why it didn't do as well, because it kind of cut out a good amount of the audience that probably would have gone to see a movie called Snakes on a Plane.
I feel like it was the right choice.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it lived up to its fullest potential this way. But some people think it was not a good choice.
Like, I feel like it would be just kind of lackluster. Like, maybe more people would have seen it, but it would have been like more.
It for sure was not lackluster.
No.
And gave us one of like the most iconic quotes of film history. Okay. Yay or nay? Oh wait, no, this isn't a yay or nay. How many snakes do you think were used for filming, roughly? Real snakes.
How many real snakes?
You can give me like a ballpark or like a more than X.
I'm gonna say in the 75 to 100 range.
It was more than 450 snakes.
What?
Representing 30 species.
Oh my god. I guess I wasn't really thinking about how you probably...
I mean, I'm sure they were swapping them out. Like,
yeah, we're swapping them out.
Of shooting. But they all had names. Like, there was
Yes,
one...
they should.
I'll get that
Oh.
later. Like, there was one named, like... Now I'm forgetting. But they all had names, and it was cute. Okay.
Yay.
Or
That's a
nay.
lot. That's a lot of snakes.
Yay or nay, Samuel L. Jackson's contract required that he had to be allowed to handle the snakes.
I feel like that's nay, and that he specifically didn't want to touch the snakes, because he never really does.
Yeah, that's correct. His contract prevented snakes within 25 feet of him.
That's a lot of feet.
Feels
Wait.
fine. Yeah, 8 meters, 25 feet of the
God.
actor.
That's
According to Wikipedia.
Like, he does know it's snakes on a plane. A plane is not that big.
Yeah. I guess he was only really around the CG snakes, to be fair. Like, the real ones are just, like, on the floor a lot.
True. Huh. Wow.
Okay.
That would have been the I would have had in my contract, and I have to interact with the snakes. Have you ever held one of those giant snakes?
Not a giant one. I guess this is as good a time as any to talk about my class pet as a child.
Oh wait, yeah.
So when I was like 5 in pre-kindergarten in Florida, of course, our class pet was a python. This is one of those things that like I didn't realize was unusual until I left Florida. And people were like, that's not a thing that you do. But yeah, our class pet was Pi the Python, and he was a big snake.
Was it PI or PY?
I think it was PI. Like math.
Yes.
I don't think she was our math teacher. I mean, it was like an everything teacher.
Yeah.
Because it was kindergarten. But I don't think...
Fun.
I don't know. It was Pi the Python, and she would like let him out of his cage, and he would slither around.
Having it as the class pet.
Yeah, we would all play with him.
But letting him out to just roam free in the classroom is
because I mean, it's not like a giant one that would have like done anything. It was like, I mean, big to us because we were little.
Yeah.
But that was our pet, and then it was our class pet again in first grade because we had the same teacher again.
Wow.
And other states have hamsters and fish.
I don't think we had class pets.
We did have hamsters one or 2 years, but that teacher had the snake.
We just had a stuffed animal, Arthur, that we brought home and had to take on an adventure and
we had
share.
Petey the peacock that was like that, but also the live snake. But yeah, that's why I've never really been afraid of snakes. I was acclimated to them at a young age, which I'm grateful for.
I don't really know, like, I think I've mostly been ambivalent. I have a picture of me in probably like 7th or 8th grade, I think it's 7th grade, and I'm sitting between two of my friends, just very serenely stroking a giant python as it kind of, they're holding the tail and the head ends that are kind of wrapping around them, and I'm just like, oh, nice little snake.
I think my contact photo for you is still you holding
oh my
a
God,
snake
yes.
at Club Fest.
Me with the snake.
We have like matching snake photos together.
I love that was so fun.
It was really fun. Us in our business formal attire holding snakes.
I had a friend who had snakes in high school too.
That's pretty cool.
She was always swapping out her animals over Craigslist. And
you can do that?
Should you know, but yeah, you can kind of sell anything on Craigslist. And
that's where Jillian got her lizard.
Yes, that she like had a snake. She brought it to school once because like one of the classes was talking about it, and then it peed on a bunch of people. But she got, like, when we'd go to her house, she had that. She had a tarantula. She had some sort of lizard gecko thing. But not all at the same time. She really was like, I'll have this one for a year, and then I'll sell it again, and then I'll get the next animal. It was really bizarre. I would not either. I don't remember what its name was if I had one. But I just do remember that one time we went over to her house, and her dog had gotten skunked, and we didn't realize it. And we were playing with the dog, and then it was like, what is that smell? After we had, like, hugged the dog.
I don't know.
My parents were not thrilled.
Okay, the last yay or nay. Yay or nay, the title was originally just the working title. It was eventually changed to something more normal, but Samuel L. Jackson insisted they change it back.
I'm saying yay.
You might have heard. This is the one that I was saying you might have heard about already.
I had not heard that.
Okay, this is like one of, I feel like this is beloved lore of this movie. Basically, he said, I have like a few things screenshotted that are all funny. Initially, this is according to Wikipedia, initially New Line Cinema did not believe that Jackson had actually signed on to the project and had to call his agent to clarify. Jackson would later defend his choice of starring in the movie by saying, "It was the kind of movie I would have gone to see when I was a kid." Further clarifying, "I feel sorry for all those people that are going through that whole trip of why would Samuel Jackson do something like this? It's a movie." I like doing movies that are fun. It's like Anne Hathaway doing the like Harry Styles fanfic movie. She's like, I just wanted to have fun. I have my Oscars already.
He wanted to have fun and do the movie, but also did not want to get anywhere near the snakes.
Yeah, I guess so. But anyway, the other interesting thing was that apparently it was actually Peanut was the name of the cobra, and Scarface was the pit viper.
Nice.
Further details on that is that Samuel L. Jackson's agent, I guess, then wrote back insisting that the title be changed, and that was like why it was starting to be changed, because he said Jackson couldn't work on a film with such a title. When Samuel L. Jackson heard about this, he responded with the much-cited comment, "We're totally changing that back. That's the only reason I took the job. I read the title." So he was literally like, the only reason I want to do this is because it's called Snakes on a Plane. That's so funny.
Love that.
You will not change it or I'm out.
I love a literal title.
Like, he understood the magic of that title.
I made a little, like, short movie
I'm glad.
Once that was called Crime Snake, because we were stealing a snake statue, and I was like, wouldn't it be funny if it was called Crime Snake? And
Crime
then we
Snake
were jokingly calling it that the whole time, and then could not come up with another title that was better.
You know the lore of the TV edit, right?
I don't think
they
so.
have, like, this isn't a year and it was just also, like, a fun fact. I guess when they put this on, like, cable, they censor it not by bleeping it, but by just kind of badly dubbing over all of the swears. So I guess the famous replaced line is, "I have had it with these monkey fighting snakes on this Monday to Friday plane." So I kind of want to go find that clip, because I've definitely heard people talking about that.
Yeah. Oh my god.
But they just kind of awkwardly dub over all the lines, like, while people are on screen talking, which is nice.
See, I think as I bleep this out, I'm gonna bleep it out with a snake hiss.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. But, like, see, why wouldn't they bleep it? Why did they, like,
I don't know,
put new words? Like, that's so
and
much
new
funnier.
like just incoherent words.
Yeah. Monkey fighting
snakes
on this Monday to Friday plane.
Why not use the same
Right?
same word twice? Like, monkey fighting's weird, but use it twice.
Yeah. So good. I feel like they knew that it was ridiculous. They were like, well, we're not saving this. It's not going to seem natural, so just go all in, go for it.
I guess.
Anyway, that's on my year and A.
Wow.
There's a lot of fun stuff on this film, but I feel like that was
the finale. Any final thoughts? Do we recommend?
Oh, I recommend it for sure. I mean, you're not going to be disappointed. It's exactly what you think it is. It's not as, like, aggressively 2000s as Alvin and the Chipmunks. Even though they took place within one year of each other. It feels more like it could take place whenever.
What if Alvin and the Chipmunks had been on that plane?
Oh.
I think they would have gotten eaten immediately.
Yeah. Or they could have, like, annoyed the snakes to death.
They sing at the snakes?
Yeah. Oh my god, Snake Charmer, but it's Alvin and the Chipmunks singing. Yeah, very different vibes, not as 2000s, but it sort of feels timeless. Yeah. I liked it. I had fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad we watched it finally.
We recommend.
Yeah. Are there any other snake movies we need to get around to? I do feel like Anaconda would be fun.
I don't know that there really are any other snake movies.
Yeah.
Besides, like, Anaconda.
Yeah, Venom's not a snake.
Venom is not a snake.
There's, like, Indiana Jones. Why does it always have to be snakes? I
don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
they were like, no one can do it better.
No,
so let's just stop. Yeah.
Should we close it out with our best snake hiss?
Yeah. I guess mine's more of a cat hiss.
I was gonna say, that made me think of snake movie, sort of, is the second Harry Potter.
I was thinking
so much
about
snake.
They're always
the snake language.
Yeah, we're so cool.
I was gonna say, have fun listening to that, but it's me who will be editing
it. Okay, well, see you in the next one.
Oh yeah, we don't know what we're doing yet, so
it's gonna be.
It'll be a fun insert.
Yeah.
hear of me saying what it is.
Yeah. Did we think about, yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, I can't remember if we came up with anything else.
Maybe we'll have a guest next
Maybe
time.
we'll have a guest
Maybe
next
it's time to
That
bring
would
a
be
guest
fun.
on.
Hello. Hello. I am here. It's editing Sydney. Ooh. I'm gonna have to listen back to this to see how much it's speaking. But I have a very special announcement. We have hit the next movie. And the next movie the Pawlywood Pawdcast will be covering is... drumroll. Paddington! We will be watching Paddington, and we will have a special guest. Maybe I'll say that without the microphone. We will be watching Paddington. We will have a special guest. So get hyped. I have to go rewatch Paddington tonight now.
We'll post about it. I know you're all so eager.
I know you're on the edge of your seat waiting for more Pawlywood Podcast.
Yeah, always. All right. Goodbye.